The hip-hop world has just been rocked to its core. The whispers are no longer whispers. The rumors are no longer speculation. Tonight, the bombshell has dropped, and it is more devastating than anyone could have ever imagined. Claressa Shields, the undefeated boxing champion, the woman who has built her empire in the ring, has just stepped outside the ropes and confirmed something so scandalous, so earth-shattering, that the entire culture has stopped dead in its tracks, with cameras rolling and millions watching online. Claressa publicly admitted that none other than Papoose is her baby daddy. That's right, Papoose, the man who has stood for decades as hip-hop's poster child of loyalty. The husband of rap queen Remy, the man fans thought could never be swayed, is now at the center of a scandal that threatens to destroy everything. The revelation detonated like a bomb. Gasps, screams, and disbelief flooded social media within seconds. Fans couldn't process it. Could this really be true? Did Claressa just expose the deepest betrayal of hip-hop's most iconic couple? And Remy Ma, the same woman who survived prison, beef, and every storm the industry threw at her, was suddenly caught on camera breaking down in real time. Her fury was volcanic. Her reaction was raw, violent, and unfiltered. And let me tell you, when Remy Ma loses it, the whole world feels the tremor. But the question now is, how deep does this scandal really go? Who leaked what? And how far will Remy go to reclaim her crown when the ultimate betrayal comes not just from her enemies, but from her own husband? The night Claressa Shields dropped her truth bomb wasn't just another messy hip-hop moment. It was the equivalent of a cultural earthquake, and the aftershocks are still tearing through every corner of the internet. For years, Remy Ma and now Papoose had been the blueprint for Black love. Couple fans held up as untouchable, a love story carved into the DNA of hip-hop itself. But in one shocking admission, Claressa set fire to that image. It all started at what was supposed to be a routine Q&A session after one of Claressa's training events. Fans were expecting talk about her next fight, her Hollywood opportunities, maybe even some motivational words about perseverance. Instead, Claressa's tone shifted. She looked dead into the camera, her voice steady but her eyes burning with something raw. "Y'all keep asking me who my child's father is," she said, pausing just long enough for the tension to choke the room. "Well, since everybody wants to speculate, it's Papoose." The moment those words left her lips, the entire room froze. Reporters dropped their microphones. Fans gasped so loudly it sounded like a stadium. One insider whispered later, "You?" could feel the oxygen leave the building. But what happened next was even more shocking. Because before anyone could recover from the revelation, Claressa doubled down. "I'm not hiding no more. He's been there. He knows the truth, and Remy can be mad all she wants, but I'm not letting my baby grow up in lies." Within seconds, phones were recording, live streams were going viral, and hashtags exploded across Twitter. #ClaressaX postpap trended worldwide in less than 10 minutes. The Shade Room reposted the clip instantly, captioning it, "Say it ain't so. Claressa confirms Papoose is her baby daddy." The comments section became a digital war zone. "No way Pap would do Remy like that," one fan wrote. Another fired back, "You really think Claressa would lie about this? She got receipts." But here's where the story took its first twist. Almost immediately after Claressa's revelation, an anonymous account leaked what appeared to be text messages between her and Papoose. The screenshots were blurry but legible. One message, allegedly from Pap, read, "I can't keep this from the world forever. You and the baby mean more than my image." Another showed Claressa responding, "Then stop letting her play you." For loyalty points. Step up, the internet exploded again. Were these texts real? Were they doctored? Or had someone close to Claressa timed this leak perfectly to back up her claim? While fans scrambled to analyze fonts, timestamps, and writing styles, Remy Ma was already trending for all the wrong reasons, just hours after Claressa's bombshell. Footage surfaced from a backstage dressing room where Remy had allegedly been told the news in real time. The clip, grainy and clearly shot in secret, showed her throwing her phone across the room, screaming, "After everything I built. This is what he does to me." Crew members rushed to calm her, but Remy shoved past them, shouting, "If he wants to embarrass me, I'll show the world who he really is." That footage alone sent shockwaves. Fans who had idolized Remy as the picture of strength now saw her unraveling in raw, unfiltered rage. Blogs plastered screenshots of her tear-streaked face under headlines like "Remy's Breakdown." Caught on camera and the Queen finally cracks. For some, it humanized her. For others, it fueled gossip that she had been losing control. Behind the scenes, long before Claressa's revelation. Meanwhile, whispers from insiders began to circulate. One source claimed Remy had suspected something for months, pointing to Pap's late-night studio sessions and his sudden trips that never added up. Another alleged that Claressa had confronted Remy privately weeks earlier, warning her the truth was going to come out whether she liked it or not. If true, that meant Remy's public breakdown wasn't just shock, it was humiliation. Knowing she'd been blindsided in front of the entire world, and then came the social media chaos. Twitter became a battlefield. Instagram stories turned into grenades, and TikTok edits blasted out theories faster than anyone could keep up. One viral video stitched Claressa's revelation with old footage of Papoose rapping about loyalty, captioned, "So this was all Cap." Another showed Remy and Pap holding hands on red carpets, overlaid with Claressa's voice saying, "He's my baby daddy." The edits were brutal, but addictive. Fans couldn't stop watching, commenting, and arguing. Celebrities started weighing in too, only fanning the flames. Cardi B tweeted a single word: "Wow." That tweet alone racked up over 500,000 likes and sent fans spiraling with interpretations. Did wow mean she believed Claressa? Was it shade at Remy? Or was Cardi just sipping tea like the rest of the culture? Fat Joe posted on Instagram, "Prayers up for my sister. Street's talking too loud right now." Fans immediately took it as him siding with Remy, though his caption left just enough ambiguity to spark debate. And then Nicki Minaj, never one to stay quiet when Remy's name is trending, liked a post mocking the scandal, setting off a second firestorm in the comments. But if the celebrities were adding gasoline, the insiders were dropping bombs. A battle rap blogger claimed he had audio recordings of late-night calls between Claressa and Pap, allegedly proving they were in constant contact even during Remy's big public moments. Y'all think Pap was at every award show for Remy? Nah, half the time he was on FaceTime with Claressa backstage. The blogger alleged. Though unverified, the claims spread like wildfire. The craziest twist of all came just as fans were trying to digest the mess. A mysterious video clip surfaced on TikTok, allegedly showing Papoose leaving a hotel with Claressa months earlier. The footage was grainy, shot from across the street, but the internet needed no convincing. Fans slowed it down, zoomed in, and dissected every frame. "That's Pap's walk." No doubt, one commenter insisted. "Look at the hoodie, same. One he wore on Drink Champs." Within hours, the video had over 10 million views, and the caption said it all. Receipts don't lie. By now, the internet wasn't just asking if Claressa was telling the truth. They were asking how long Pap and Remy's entire marriage had been a facade. The hashtags shifted from hashtag CLARESS exposes Pap to hashtag Remy played and hashtag Pap exposed. Fans who once celebrated Remy and Pap's unbreakable bond were now dissecting old interviews, claiming the signs of trouble had always been there, we just didn't want to see them. But here's the kicker. While the world spiraled, neither Pap nor Claressa posted anything further. Remy went silent too, deleting her most recent posts and turning off her comments. That silence was deafening. Because in the absence of answers, fans and blogs created their own narratives, and those narratives were uglier than anyone could have predicted. Then, just when it seemed the chaos couldn't get any louder. A blog known for never missing teased that it had in its possession a DNA test allegedly confirming Claressa's claim. The post read, "Tomorrow, 8 p.m., receipts drop, okay? And when they do, hip-hop love will never look the same." The internet lost its mind. If this was true, it wasn't just gossip anymore. It was proof. It was proof. Fans braced themselves, knowing the next 24 hours would either vindicate Claressa forever or expose her as the greatest manipulator the culture had ever seen. But one thing was certain. Remy Ma, Papoose, and Claressa Shields had just dragged us all into the messiest love triangle hip-hop has ever seen. And no one was coming out clean. And that's where the cliffhanger leaves us. A ticking clock on a DNA test that could destroy everything. The countdown to the so-called DNA test results became the most watched clock in hip-hop history. Every blog, every gossip site, every fan page was locked in, refreshing by the second, waiting for that 8 p.m. drop that promised to blow the lid off everything. But hours before the deadline, chaos erupted when a different account posted what it claimed were leaked court filings. The documents, stamped and dated, suggested that Papoose had already been named in private legal proceedings involving Claressa's child months earlier. If true, that meant the revelation wasn't just public. Gossip, it was already sitting in black and white legal paperwork. Waiting to detonate, the internet lost its collective mind. Screenshots of the alleged filings flew across Twitter and Instagram with captions like, "So she wasn't lying?" And "Pap been exposed. We just didn't know." Fans zoomed in on the tiny signatures, debating whether they matched Papoose's handwriting from other documents. Some swore it was airtight proof. Others dismissed it as another layer of manufactured drama meant to tear down Remy's image. But the timing was too precise. The leaks came just as Claressa's DNA bombshell was building momentum, and the culture had no idea what was real anymore. Meanwhile, Remy Ma finally broke her silence, and when she did, the meltdown was biblical. Going live on Instagram with mascara-streaked cheeks and a fury in her voice, Remy let it all out. "Don't play with me. Don't ever play with me. After everything I sacrificed for this man, you mean to tell me this is what y'all want to believe?" Her voice cracked, but the anger behind it was undeniable. Let me tell you something. That woman don't know what loyalty is. And if Pap want to play daddy to somebody else's child, let him. But don't you ever forget who I am. Don't you ever disrespect my name. The live had millions watching in real time. The comment section was chaos. "She's breaking," one fan wrote. While another blasted, "Remy gaslighting Claressa already proved it." Clips of her outbursts spread across TikTok with captions like "The Queen crumbles" and "Remy loses it live." It was raw, unfiltered, and devastating for a woman whose entire brand had been built on unshakable strength. But Claressa wasn't about to sit back and let Remy spin the story. Hours after Remy's live, Claressa clapped back with receipts of her own. She posted a cryptic Instagram story showing blurred screenshots of text messages with just enough words visible to send the internet into shock. One read, "You think she'll ever forgive me if this gets out?" Another, "We need to keep it between us until the time is right." Though names weren't shown, fans immediately speculated they were messages between Claressa and Pap. "That's his typing style," one commenter argued. While another declared, "It's always the lowercase with Pap. That's him." Receipts ignited new hashtags. Hashtag Pap caught and hashtag Remy humiliated. Fans divided into even more vicious camps. Some declared Claressa the new queen, unafraid to expose the truth, while others accused her of ruining a marriage for clout. A few even claimed this was all a setup for a love and hip-hop storyline. But if it was the most believable performance reality TV had ever pulled off. Behind the scenes, insiders claimed the situation was spiraling beyond gossip. According to one anonymous source, Remy and Pap's household had turned into a battlefield. She threw his clothes out. She smashed his phone. Neighbors could hear the screaming, the source said. Another insider claimed Pap had been trying to keep Claressa calm, promising her he'd make things right, but that only made Remy more enraged. She said he was humiliating her twice, once in private, once in public. The industry started weighing in, and the opinions were brutal. 50 Cent posted a meme mocking Papoose as the baby daddy of the year, tagging Remy with a laughing emoji. Cardi B's camp leaked that she was Team Remy no matter what. While Joe Budden said on his podcast, if Claressa got the receipts, Pap's career and marriage are cooked. Celebrities picking sides only fueled the fire, with fans amplifying every word like gospel. But then came the biggest twist of the night. Just minutes before the promised DNA results were set to drop, the anonymous account deleted its countdown. In its place, it posted a single sentence: "We've been silenced. For now." Instantly, fans speculated that Pap's team had pulled strings, maybe even with legal threats to stop the truth from going public. Theories exploded. Was he paying off insiders? Was someone blocking Claressa from releasing proof? Or was the entire DNA tease a scam to begin with? As confusion spread, a different bombshell emerged. A leaked voicemail, allegedly of Papoose himself, surfaced on Twitter. The audio was muffled, but the voice was unmistakable to fans. "I can't keep living in two worlds," the voice said. "She already knows. The whole world's about to know. I just need time." Whether real or fabricated, the clip sent the culture into another meltdown. He admitted one tweet screamed. Another fired back. "That's AI. Don't fall for it." By midnight, the chaos had reached unbearable levels. Blogs dropped headlines like "Papoose caught between" to families and Remy's empire in flames. Claressa doubled down with another cryptic post. "Truth don't need permission." Remy, meanwhile, went dark again, her silence only adding to the sense that she was unraveling behind closed doors. Pap's only move was posting an old photo of him with his daughter, captioned, "My priority, always." Fans interpreted it as a dodge, proof he was too scared to address the scandal head-on. The final blow of the night came from a viral TikTok edit, a split screen showing Remy screaming in her live on one side, and Claressa calmly stating, "He's my baby daddy." On the other, the caption read, "The wife versus the truth." It was brutal. It was unforgiving. And it racked up 20 million views in under 24 hours. By the end of the second day, it was clear. This wasn't just a scandal anymore. This was a war. Claressa had gone public. Remy had broken down. Papoose was cornered. And the entire hip-hop world was left hanging on one question. Would the DNA test ever actually surface? Or had someone buried it to save what was left of Pap and Remy's shattered empire? But just when fans thought they'd seen it all, another anonymous leak surfaced. One that threatened to drag the saga into even darker territory, with claims that there was video evidence linking Papoose and Claressa together during a time when the world thought he was standing beside Remy. And with that, the cliffhanger snapped tight, because if video proof was real, no amount of denial, silence, or damage control could put this scandal back in the box. The whispers turned into a hurricane when the so-called video proof began circulating in underground fan forums. Grainy, dimly lit, shot from a corner angle in what looked like a hotel hallway, the clip showed two figures walking close together. One was unmistakably Papoose. The gait, the hat, the chain all matched his public appearances. The other, though blurred, had the build and hairstyle of Claressa Shields. And just when skeptics thought it could have been anyone, the woman turned her head toward the camera for half a second. Fans froze the frame, zoomed in, and the internet erupted. "That's Claressa, no denying it," screamed one Twitter thread that racked up 1 million views in under an hour. If the DNA rumors had set the culture on fire, this video was the gasoline. Blogs blasted out headlines. Video bombshell links Pap to Claressa in hotel rendezvous. Remy humiliation hits new level, and the queen of hip-hop faces her worst betrayal yet. Fans shared side-by-side stills of Claressa's outfit from an event that same night, matching the hairstyle and jewelry in the video. The evidence was damning. And suddenly, the whispers became screams. Papoose wasn't just Claressa's alleged baby daddy. He'd been caught on camera with her while still standing publicly by Remy's side. Remy's reaction came within hours, and it was devastating. At 2 a.m., she posted an Instagram live unlike anything fans had ever seen. Sitting in a dimly lit room surrounded by half-empty wine glasses and crumpled tissues, she raged at the betrayal. Do you know what it feels like to be mocked by the man you defended for years? The man I told y'all was loyal, solid, untouchable? Look at me now. Look at me. A clown in front of the whole world. Her voice cracked, tears streaming, but she didn't stop. Claressa, you wanted him? You got him. Congratulations. But don't you ever think you can play me? This ain't over. The live sent the internet into chaos. Fans were stunned by how raw, how broken, and how furious Remy looked. One fan tweeted, "She's not even rapping, she's not even defending. It's just a woman betrayed." Another wrote, "This is bigger than music. This is humiliation at the highest level." Clips of her screaming, "Look at me now," went viral on TikTok set to sad music, racking up tens of millions of views. The once untouchable Remy Ma had become the face of heartbreak in hip-hop. But just when it seemed Remy's meltdown was the story, Claressa threw another grenade. Hours later, she posted a tweet so cold it shook the culture to its core. "Truth don't break you, sets you free." Maybe it's time she faced it. Attached was a blurry screenshot of what fans swore looked like an ultrasound image with Pap's initials scribbled in the corner. The internet erupted in shock. Was this confirmation? Was Claressa really parading proof of Pap's paternity? Or was it another manipulation? Blogs scrambled to verify, but the tweet alone was enough to send #PapBaby trending worldwide. Meanwhile, Papoose himself stayed eerily silent. No live, no post, no denial. Just silence. And in that silence, fans projected everything. Some said it was guilt. Others claimed it was strategy, waiting for the right time to speak. But then a bombshell leak dropped, a private voicemail allegedly left by Pap to Claressa. In it, his voice sounded tired, weary. "You know, I ain't built for this spotlight. I just wanted peace, but I can't hide it forever. They gone? No soon enough." The audio spread like wildfire, racking up millions of plays. If real, it wasn't just acknowledgement, it was near confession. The industry couldn't stay quiet anymore. Fat Joe broke his silence, posting, "I'm hurt, I'm disgusted. Some things you don't do." Fans speculated he was siding with Remy. On the other side, Raw Dega went live, defending Claressa. "Y'all mad at her for speaking her truth? The man ain't loyal. That's not on her. That's on him." Even Cardi B weighed in, cryptically tweeting, "Sometimes queens fall for pawns." The cryptic posts only fanned the flames, dragging even more celebs into the crossfire. Then came the most explosive twist yet. A mysterious Instagram account posted what it claimed was a full conversation between Papoose and Claressa, recorded. Secretly, the transcript was brutal. Pap allegedly begged Claressa to stay patient, telling her, "I'll leave when it's time, I promise. Just don't go public yet." Claressa's alleged response, "Patience, you already a father. Why? Should my child grow up in silence?" The internet imploded. If this was real, Claressa wasn't bluffing. She was doubling down on her claim that Pap fathered her baby. Remy's next move was nuclear. She dropped a series of screenshots allegedly showing Pap sending her frantic texts in the days leading up to the scandal. One message read, "Don't believe what you hear. It's not what it looks like." Another, "Please, Remy, don't let them break us." She captioned the post, Funny how the man y'all call loyal was begging me not to leave him? Now, he's begging her too. So who's the liar? Fans exploded. Hashtag begging Pap trended instantly. Memes mocked him as the man with 2 queens and no crown. The backlash against Pap was swift and brutal. Once polished image as the loyal husband of hip-hop collapsed overnight. Spotify streams dipped. Brand partnerships reportedly stalled. And in the streets of New York, graffiti popped up reading, "Loyalty first," with Pap's face crossed out. The culture wasn't just watching a scandal, it was watching the destruction of a legend's reputation in real time. But the darkest moment came when Remy and Claressa finally confronted each other, not in a private room, not in mediation, but at an industry event where cameras were rolling. Eyewitnesses say Remy stormed up to Claressa, screaming, "You ruined my family. You ruined my legacy." Claressa, unshaken, shot back, "No, your man did that. Don't put his sins on me." The two nearly came to blows before security swarmed, dragging them apart. Clips of the confrontation leaked within hours, with captions like "The showdown we all feared" and "Remy versus Claressa, the battle before the ring." Fans speculated it was only a matter of time before fists actually flew. By the week's end, the scandal had mutated into something bigger than anyone imagined. What started as a shocking claim had evolved into a cultural war, Remy's empire. In shambles, Claressa standing firm with alleged receipts, Pap caught in the middle, silent and shrinking. Every day brought a new leak, a new meltdown, a new betrayal, and looming over it all was the one question no one could escape. Would the DNA results ever officially surface? Or would this war remain a battlefield of leaks, whispers, and cryptic posts? But just when fans thought they had seen it all, another anonymous account teased the next stage of chaos. A blurred photo of Pap in a hospital waiting room, captioned, "Baby's almost here. Guess who the father is?" The internet went into shock. Was Claressa about to give birth? Was Pap really there? Or was this another cruel manipulation to keep the scandal alive? The cliffhanger was brutal. The culture froze, waiting for answers that could burn everything to the ground. Because if that photo was real, and if Pap really was waiting to welcome Claressa's child into the world, then the saga wasn't just about rumors anymore. It was about a baby that could forever destroy the myth of Remy and Papoose's unshakable love. And the world knew one thing for sure: the next revelation would change hip-hop forever. And there you have it, the story that no one thought would ever be told. From Claressa Shields standing bold on the front lines to Remy Ma unraveling Live for the world to see. And Papoose caught in the deadliest silence of his career. This isn't just gossip anymore. This is history unfolding in front of our very eyes. The leaks, the cries, the secret tapes, the hospital photo, every single piece has dragged this scandal deeper and deeper into chaos. But here's the truth. The next revelation could be the one that ends careers forever. Think about what happens if that baby really is Pap's? What happens if Claressa drops the DNA results on live TV? What happens if Remy, backed into a corner, finally unleashes the vault she's been teasing? And what happens if Papoose, the man whose silence terrifies the entire culture, finally steps forward with his own truth? That's not just another headline. That's the collapse of a hip-hop dynasty in real time. So here's what you need to do right now. Don't just watch this from the sidelines. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Who do you believe? Are you riding with Claressa, with Remy, or with Pap? Or do you think all three are hiding something darker than we've even seen? Smash that like button so this video gets pushed to every corner of the internet, because the second those DNA results drop or Pap breaks his silence, you'll want to be the first to know, not the last to catch up. And most importantly, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Because this isn't just another story. This is the unraveling of one of hip-hop's biggest power couples. And every new leak will hit harder than the last. Miss it and you'll miss history. This is only the beginning, and you don't want to blink when the next bombshell drops.